Natural physics is a concept astrophysicist Leroy Larry developed that explains in down-to-earth scenarios how the principles of physics could have come about from observing nature. Each episode begins with a scenario, followed by an example to illustrate the application of these principles in futuristic research at the frontiers of science, such as Leroy's astrophysics doctoral research at CNESPA, Center for Space Research, and then concludes with an exploration of how these same principles could have very well been used by ancient cultures and civilizations. Mathematics is naturally encountered and incorporated as the exciting and fun tool of science that it is. Science is the window into our amazing world of nature, and mathematics is the tool to open that window. Natural physics encompasses current, futuristic, and ancient physics, and ties them together by the principles of physics that are common threads running throughout each.
Happy birthday, baby.
Greetings. I'm Leroy Larry, and welcome to Natural Physics, live from Costa Rica.
I'm Mrs. Larry.
I'll get to that. Happy and safe New Year to you and your families. As you've already heard, one of my guests today is my lovely wife, Tirza.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Mhm.
Hi, happy birthday.
Well,
Happy birthday.
say hello to the people.
Oh, hi, peeps.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm so excited about our guests. I can't wait.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Our special guest today is August. Okay, I'm gonna try to pronounce his last name correctly. You know what? I know a better thing. I'm going to let him introduce you. I'm gonna let him introduce himself to you. That way I know I won't mispronounce it. So please, August, introduce yourself for us.
Hi, I'm August, and August Wolgamuth, and I'm 9 years old, turning 10 on February 5th.
Yes, and him and I have very close birthdays. My birthday is today. His is the 5th. This is our birthday party, everybody. August and mine, okay? So we're gonna have fun. August has some questions that he would like to ask me. And all you listeners out there and viewers, you know that you can type in questions as well, comments, right? We have it set up where you can do that. So please feel free to do
Hey,
so.
ladies first, please.
Okay, so before we get started, I would like to introduce, well, I already introduced my wife, Tirza, but I think she may have some comments to make before we get started. So
I do.
take it away, baby.
And why
Okay.
wouldn't I?
Okay. There
Okay,
you go.
normally.
Okay.
August, as you get to spend more time with me, you're going to understand that I'm always going to interrupt. That's just kind of what I do. But I will say, excuse me when I remember to. Your smile is so wonderful, and your eyes are so bright, and your letters are amazing. Could you please tell us how you and Leroy became friends and why you were on our show today?
I became friends with Mr. Leroy with his friend Mr. Bruce, and I also really like space.
Okay, what kind of space?
Like science and stuff like that.
So outer space.
Yeah.
Right on, dude. And we all know how much Bruce loves NASA. And we know that Leroy used to work for NASA. And I know you receive a lot of information that helps you understand space from NASA. Is that true? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. And are you happy about that?
Yeah. I also
Okay,
really
so
want to.
oh, I think I heard the A word, an astronaut. Well, ruh-roh. You better start running around your neighborhood right now, big buddy, as fast as you can. Okay, so I'm going to
Yes,
take you back to the birthday boys, the Aquarians. Do you know what an Aquarian is, August? Okay, we'll touch on that later. Next show.
What she means, August, is that depending on the month that you're born, there's signs in what's called the zodiac, and
Astrology.
we can totally talk about this later. In fact, that'd be actually cool to talk about on this show with respect to the comet
And Age of Aquarius.
Yes. So the time period, according to certain constellations in the sky that we are in right now, we're beginning the age of Aquarius. And okay, August, this was way before you were born, but there's a famous song called "The Age of Aquarius" by this group called the Fifth Dimension. And I'm gonna sing a couple of lyrics for you, okay?
Then
All
you can
right.
Google it.
Okay, here we go.
Brand endorsement.
When the moon is in the seventh house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Isn't that cool, August? The lyrics. Wouldn't it be great if the world, yes, if it becomes that in the age of Aquarius?
Explain to him he's an Aquarius.
And we are both Aquarians because the time period that we were born in, which is late January to about mid February, that's the age of Aquarius. So there you go. Okay. So now what I would like to do, um, the questions, August, that you asked me were excellent. And to be honest about it, and I told Bruce this, some of the questions that you asked me, I actually had to go and find the answers because even though I was on the Galileo project, you're so busy doing your particular, there were 11 instruments on board Galileo, and so I was involved with two of those instruments, and you're so busy doing that job that you don't know a whole lot about the other instruments. And like you asked me, how much fuel did Galileo use? I had to go look that up, August. Excellent question. I learned about the project that I was on by your questions. I had to go and find answers.
I have a
Yes.
question regarding that.
Okay.
So, because we have learned about Fahrenheit and Celsius, does that mean we had kilograms and gallons? Did you find out both answers?
He asked his questions in terms of the metric system,
Correct.
which is liters, kilograms,
What did I say?
pounds.
Kilograms?
You-
Kilograms.
Pounds, okay.
Oh, August, youth is just beautiful.
So August, your idea of a mission to Jupiter, could you tell us more about that? How you came about that? And by the way, did you notice in the lyrics that I sang of that song, they mentioned Jupiter? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You could understand my singing. Hey, that's excellent. Okay. So August, please tell us how you came about wanting to do a mission to Jupiter, please.
I want to see what other kinds of gases there are in Jupiter, and I also want to see how far down I can get before it get crushed.
Whoa.
Yes. And what's the main information that you want your mission to find out from Jupiter?
Mostly just to see how far down it gets.
Okay. Excellent. And it's so cool that the question that you asked, the Galileo mission that I was involved with, it tried to answer your question. And for everybody listening and viewing, I'm just going to summarize August's questions, which he wanted to know how long does it take to get to Jupiter? How long is the Galileo mission? And his big question is the atmosphere. What is the atmosphere of Jupiter composed of? And he had already came to the conclusion that conditions on Jupiter are such that a space probe could not land on Jupiter as it would on the moon, right? Jupiter, as far as we know, Jupiter does not have a solid surface. It's gas and very hot gas. So his conclusion was absolutely correct that there would be needed some other means of exploring Jupiter's atmosphere. So what the Galileo project did was it had a probe on board that once Galileo reached Jupiter and attained orbit around Jupiter, the probe was ejected out of Galileo, parachute opened up, and it floated down into the atmosphere of Jupiter and sent data back as long as it could before, and nobody knows whether it was burnt up in the Jovian, and you know I wanted to use that word, Jovian or the Jupiter atmosphere, or was it crushed? Did it disintegrate? There's no way to really know what happened, but for 58 minutes, it was able to send data back about what Jupiter's atmosphere was made of, at least to as far as deep into the atmosphere that it got.
But year was that?
Uh, Galileo arrived at Jupiter in 1995. Now, August, I would like to tell you a little bit about my participation in the mission because it is very relevant to what you're planning to do. You're planning to send a mission to Jupiter one day. So the Galileo mission started. It well, the planning started in the 70s, but the actual launch of Galileo on board the space shuttle Atlantis took place in 1989. And by the way, August, we live in Costa Rica, and the national hero of Costa Rica is Dr. Franklin Chang Diaz, and he was an astronaut in the NASA program, and he was one of the pilots that was on the Atlantis as it was launched from Earth in the cargo bay of the space shuttle. And for me, the fact that and he's from Costa Rica, and the fact that here I am living in Costa Rica,
You met him.
and I actually met Dr. Chang. It's just so cool that I had that connection. And so in 1989, Galileo was taken up into orbit by the space shuttle and released from the cargo bay. Now, August, uh, Galileo did not take a direct path to Jupiter. Uh, the arrangement of the planets was such that when it was launched in 1989, it could not take a direct flight. Excuse me, could I have a little sip of your club soda? I don't want to start mumbling. Okay.
We need to show us so we can see the comments.
Okay, that's much better. Okay, so Galileo was not able to take a straight shoot to Jupiter. If it would have been able to do so, it would have taken about 2 years. But instead, because of the arrangement of the planets, it had to use the gravity of Earth and Venus to get to Jupiter. And so after it was launched in 1989, first it went out as far as Venus, and then it used. Okay, August, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a rock on the other end of a string and you twirl it? Have you ever done that?
A
Okay.
rock? A rock, like a marble or something, but
Okay.
a rock?
Okay. Well
How'd
now,
you get a rock?
what you did with that rock, where you're swirling it around. Did you want to make a comment, baby? Okay. Okay. She's just. What was your comment, babe? Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, but I was born in 1962, and I had a string with the large, what do they call round, like not a jawbreaker, but a big marble. So you saying a string with a rock in it? How would you tie a string around a rock? I mean, that's what you used to play with. Are you a caveman? Are you from Jupiter? I think he's from Jupiter, August.
Okay.
It would explain a lot of things. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Okay. The point is, thank you, baby, for that very nice commentary. So, as you twirled that rock, August, you're pulling, right? You're pulling on the rock and you're making it go in a circle. And if you were to cut that string, it would go flying off, right? But you're applying a force to it. So when when Galileo was first launched, it went out as far as Venus, and then Venus's gravity kind of whipped it around Venus. The gravity of Venus whipped Galileo around it like you did with that stone, twirling it around, and it added to Galileo's velocity. So then Galileo came back towards Earth,
Speed.
and when Earth's gravity got it, it also did the same thing. It whipped Galileo around the Earth, just like you twirling that stone, right? It whipped Galileo around Earth, and Galileo gained more energy, more speed, right? And this is free energy, right? This is nature. This is nature providing energy to the Galileo spacecraft. No engines, rock, rocket fuel being burned. This is nature's natural gravity that the planets have that helped Galileo get to Jupiter. So,
Oh, I have a wonderful. Sorry, I just
okay,
thought something.
you want to interject? Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I want to interject. I want to interrupt. August, you know what that means is you don't need as much gas money or petrol money as you thought you would because you only need an initial thrust. So just think of all those gallons and liters that you saved by that force. So you know you've kind of got a free ride. That's another song.
Okay. Okay. Then Galileo passed by Earth after it had passed by Venus. Earth gave it a kick, right? Gravity kick. Galileo went out a little bit further, then it came back in Earth again. So when Galileo went by Venus, it's called the Venus flyby, and then the two times that Galileo passed by Earth is called the first Earth flyby and the second Earth flyby. I joined the Galileo project right before the second Earth flyby. So I missed the Venus flyby, I missed the first Earth flyby, but I was on the Galileo project after the second Earth flyby. And I was there. Galileo was the first spacecraft to take close-up pictures of an asteroid. Um, are you aware of the asteroid belt, August? Right on. Right on.
Is it right before the Mars or is it right before Jupiter?
Right before Jupiter. The asteroid belt is between Mars and Jupiter. And just to say, August, there's a theory that the asteroids once made up a planet. Okay? But the problem with that, and this is a theory from astrophysics, August, the problem is that now that we have the capability to add all the masses of the asteroids together, they don't equal up enough to make a planet, right? So there's like a missing amount of mass that is not there for it to be able to have been a planet. So that's one of the ongoing problems in astrophysics that maybe you will solve or somebody else out there. Where did the asteroids come from? Did they make up a planet? Right? That's the theory. Okay, so you are very correct. The asteroid belt is between Mars and Jupiter. So as Galileo passed through the asteroid belt, it took close-up pictures of two asteroids. One was called Ida, the other one was called Gaspra. And I wasn't on the project when it took pictures of Gaspra, but I was there for Ida, and then I was there for when Galileo reached Jupiter, and the probe was ejected to float down into Jupiter's atmosphere. This happened in 1995. So 1989 to 1995 took 6 years with that roundabout route with the help of the planets, Earth and Venus, for Galileo to get to Jupiter. Okay, so I've been talking enough. I want to hear your questions, and I will do my best to answer them. And any other questions you want to ask, you got it. Okay, August?
I have a love for science at a young age, and I also wanted to be an astronaut, and I still do. And my first question, and I also have a few questions for you, Mr. Leroy.
Okay. Now,
The first
August, let me interject. Just call me Leroy, okay? You don't
Okay,
have to throw. I appreciate you putting Mr. in front of it, but Leroy's cool, okay? All right.
okay.
Okay.
So the first one is about the comet. How do you track down the green comet? How is the tracking different from years before?
Okay. Now, excellent question, August. Thank you. Now, as you're aware, this comet has not been around since 50,000 years ago. Uh, just as it takes the Earth 1 year to orbit the sun, it takes this comet 50,000 years to orbit the sun. And it's actually part of our solar system, but its orbit is so far out there. And and if you read the articles that have been written about this, they talk about how the last time this comet visited Earth was 50,000 years ago, right? And the theory in archaeology and anthropology is that at this period of time, you had Cro-Magnons, which are Homo sapiens, us, existing alongside the Neanderthals.
He's 10.
Okay, and have you heard of the Neanderthals or the Cro-Magnons, August? Okay, okay. You know what? This is the deal. Okay. Tirza. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just kind of whispered in his ear, he's 10.
You know, August, you got me.
All that reading, all those astrophysics, 50,000 galaxy comet.
Your questions, August, got me thinking I'm talking to a PhD astrophysicist. Okay, so okay.
You're talking to a future astronaut who still
and
has
I
a lot
am,
of, but
and
he
I
still
am.
has a lot of classes
Okay.
to take so he can get his butt in the rocket.
So let me back up. Okay, August, cave people existed a long time ago, and they're called different names, right? So you had kind of different types of cave people, and so I saw that finger, baby. Okay, so the theory from archaeology is that you had different groups of cave people existing at this time, right? And that's a good idea. Can I have a drink of your club soda, babe? Thank you. Okay. Okay. So, but the point is, August, is that 50,000 years is a long, unbelievably long amount of time. So, who knows what the Earth was like? Who really knows what kind of archaeology provides evidence and information, but really knows what kind of creatures exist here. We have archaeology does a really great job to give us pictures of a Tyrannosaurus Rex and a Brontosaurus and whatnot. But wow, who wow, 50,000 years ago. So this comet, the technology that astronomers have, yeah, I don't. You got to figure, August. We don't really know how close the comet approached the Earth 50,000 years ago, And I actually went outside last night, or actually this morning around 4:30 a.m. to see if I could see it. I think I may have seen it, and later on I'm gonna kind of show people how they might can find it. But you got to figure, August, 50,000 years ago, you got a cave person, he or she hanging out, right? There's lamps or city lights, so they got a real good view of the night sky. So if this comet got close enough to be seen with the naked eye, and it's greenish color, I can imagine what they might have thought. Whoa, what is that, right? We know about the moon, we know about the sun, we know about these twinkly objects in the sky, but what is this green thing, flying across? You just wonder, right? So, modern astronomy and astrophysics, I'll take a guess. I'll find the exact answer, but I know this much, August. The comet, I was gonna say the meteor. The comet was discovered last year, okay, and it was given a name. So our abilities to detect these objects in outer space have evolved enough that this comet was discovered. But you got to figure the last time it was around was 50,000 years ago, and now we had the ability to discover it. So your question about how is it detected, thanks to the modern technology that has been developed since, I guess, the 60s, the 50s, when I'm totally taking a guess here, but the technology has developed such from when astronomy first started that we somebody was able to discover it last year. Okay. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Tell me if it doesn't, and then I'll struggle to get another answer. But I tell you what, I won't just make up something. If I don't know the answer, I'll go find it. I'll go find the answer and I'll get the answer to you. So if you're satisfied with the answer,
Any other questions?
next question, please.
And the next question is, what are the names of the green comet?
Would you
The
repeat
names
that,
of the
please?
green comet.
What are the names of the green comet?
Okay, it's called C 2022, which stands for the year that it was discovered, E3, and then ZTF. I would have to find out why it has the E3 and the ZTF designation, but the 2022, that's because it was discovered last year.
And who discovered it, I think, as well. Maybe the initial.
Possibly, possibly. Okay, yeah. Could you repeat your comment?
I just how going back to some of our other information we have, um, that the initial, I want you said D as in dog,
C as
C
in
as in
comment,
cat.
as in comment.
Oh, duh! I thought there was an. Well, then there you go. But no, I think that they also had an initial in there that had something to do with the person who first discovered the comet.
That could be.
Possibly.
That could be. We could find that out.
Yep.
We could just go on the internet
Homework, August.
and find out how it got named. Yeah. Yes.
August,
And
would you please do the honor of that information? Could you confirm or deny that information, please, sir? Come on, dude.
I'll try and look it up.
Okay, well,
And
okay. That's an
I
effort.
think
That's all we need is an effort.
I think you also answered question number 3. It was, when was the comet discovered?
okay, okay. And
March.
I looked it up on the internet, August, and I could be wrong, but it read as if the person who discovered it was a student, not a professional astrophysicist or a professional astronomer. And again, I could be wrong. I read the article of who discovered it. I don't remember the name of the person, but and you can find it on the internet, the article. But I got the impression that it was a student. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to be a professional scientist to make amazing discoveries, August. And your dream to plan a mission to Jupiter, hey, keep that dream, follow it, do it. Because, okay, back to Galileo. Once Galileo got to Jupiter in 1995, it established orbit around Jupiter because, as you concluded, it couldn't land on Jupiter's surface. So it orbited Jupiter from 1995 to 2003. I was on the project until 1997, okay, 2 years after it got to Jupiter. But while it orbited Jupiter for those years from 1995 to 2003, the mission made it plan that it would pass by four of the largest moons of Jupiter: um, Io, Callisto, Ganymede, and Europa. And Europa is the moon that everybody gets really excited about because there's a possibility that there's liquid water below the icy surface of Europa. And
It's
whenever
a long question.
and whenever you think of water, you think that life could be possible, okay? And then the other moon, one of the other moons of Io that Galileo checked out was Io. And it was discovered that Io has volcanoes on it. I mean, how cool is that, August? I mean, a moon of Jupiter that, yeah, volcanoes. And Galileo took pictures where you could see the plumes of the volcanoes going up into outer space. How cool is that, right?
Get your hand away from her.
So,
Are we,
but
More questions.
what was that, August?
are we able to see the pictures?
Yeah, you can go on the internet, August. The internet is like the largest library at your fingertips. I mean, you can ask anything and you can get the answer. It's amazing. When I was growing up, August, I had to go to the library, back in the prehistoric times, right?
He wrote a dinosaur
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
corner library.
So I had to go to the library, right, to find out information. But the internet is right at your fingertips. You don't have to go anywhere. So,
Any more
so,
questions?
so yes, you can find it on the internet. Uh, do you have any more questions, August?
You also did number 4 too, is who discovered the green comet.
And you can find the name of that person on the internet.
Just have that. Any more, August?
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
What is the green comet made of that makes it green?
Okay.
Fabulous question.
Excellent. I read the article, August. I don't remember the name of the chemicals that are assumed that make up the comet because of the green glow. Helium might have been one, but again, you can look this up on the internet. But yeah, as it comes into our solar system, the effects of the sun start burning these chemicals that make up the comet, and its tail,
So cute.
it gives off the tail that we see. So the green glow, just like neon gas lights, right? Green, red, they give off their color because of the gas that's being radiated. So the green color comes from the chemicals, and as I said, I think one is helium, but you can find that answer on the internet. Totally, August.
Yeah, you know what, August? I'll help you out, dude.
Okay, now, August, Hold tight, hold tight, and I'm gonna do a little bit on the computer. I want to try to show people how they can find this comet, okay, wherever they're located in the world. So as I'm doing that, you think of any other questions you might have, okay?
And you can take a break too, August.
And I hope you enjoy this too. So I'm gonna go. I'm doing screen share here. So I'm gonna go to. Okay, so everybody, there's a there's a free software. Let me go back. Everybody listening and viewing, there's a free software called Stellarium, and it's free to download. It's totally free, and it puts you in the position of being an astronomer. I mean, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, but it's a great tool, and you can download it on your computer, your cell phone, any device. So I'm going to show you how to use Stellarium to try to find this comet. Okay, so I'm gonna uh, I'm gonna go to my desk. Okay, I'm gonna go away for a little bit, but I'll be back. Okay, all right. So here we go. All right, so now, let me make sure. Ray, would you? Oh, okay.
Choose visual things.
I just want to make sure everybody can see this. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna minimize this, and I'm gonna. Can everybody? Ray, could you let me know if people can see what I'm doing? Okay. Excellent. Okay. All right. So everybody, there's the Stellarium icon on my desktop. Ray, one more clap if you can see this, please.
No clap.
Oh. Can you see it?
No
No.
clap.
Okay, you can't see it. Okay.
Thanks,
Uh,
August.
Let's see.
Actually, now I
Um,
can't.
okay. Uh, okay. So, August, let me ask you this. Can you see my desktop?
No.
Okay. So screen sharing is not working then. Uh,
It's 140.
okay. We may have to. Um,
Maybe we can do this for a
Ray
different
is
show.
there.
And we can just go on with Bob Wondini.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
screen share
Okay.
working.
Okay. You know what? Oh, what'd you say, Ray?
We can see your screen. We just don't see what you're trying to show.
You don't see the Stellarium coming up.
We see your browser.
Okay. All right. You know what? Okay. This is
Comedy
okay.
show.
This is okay. All right. So what we're gonna do, everybody? Uh, I'm
Next
gonna
show.
I'm gonna close this out. Uh, I'm gonna go back. I want to get back to August because there's much to. Okay. Here we go. All right, everybody. What I was gonna show. Check out Stellarium. Okay, and it'll bring up the night sky, constellations, everything. You can plug in the comet, the green comet, and it'll show you where to look in the night sky to try to find it. Now, according to the article in Stellarium, if you look in the northeast section of the night sky, right, about 2 hours after sunset, or say 4 a.m., 3:30, 3 a.m. in the morning before sunrise, you have a chance to see it with the naked eye right now because this is the closest approach that it's going to make to Earth uh, right now, February 1st and February 2nd. Okay, so everybody, I want to tell a very quick story. I'm actually glad to. Oh, why'd you laugh, babe? Could you say why you laughed?
Because you said the word quick.
Yeah, she says I don't tell quick stories. Okay, this is
You
gonna
don't- no,
be
you don't. You
no.
don't-
This is gonna
you
be
don't know
quick.
the-
This
you
is gonna
don't
be
know
quick.
time.
So everybody, please try to get out and see this comet because, I mean, 50,000 years, a lifetime, right? But let me tell you a story about, okay, another famous comet, Halley's Comet, which comes around every 75 years. And the last time it visited Earth was in 1986. Okay. I was still living in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, I wanted to see this comet. Okay. Hey, it hadn't been around for 75 years, right? Okay. Get this, everybody. And we've all done some things where you just think, what in the world was I thinking? Okay. I got a bunch of AAA maps and I saw what it would take to drive from Omaha, Nebraska down to Machu Picchu, Peru. I don't know why I thought Machu Picchu would be the place to see Halley's Comet from. Okay. So I'm planning my route. I'm going to drive from Omaha, Nebraska down to Machu Picchu, Peru. I'm sure there's many of you out there laughing, seriously laughing. All right. So I called AAA. I guess I had some questions to ask.
Of course.
And then I still remember this. The lady asked me over the phone, young man, do you realize what's going on in Nicaragua right now? Which I didn't. I didn't know what was going on.
For that, you needed to go through Nicaragua to get to Peru.
Exactly. And she said, I don't think it's a good idea that you try to drive from Omaha, Nebraska down to Machu Picchu, Peru, right? And I didn't have a four-wheel super off-road anything. I had a car, right?
What was that,
So,
an Impala?
and the thing about it, everybody. So what happened was I was able to find an astronomy organization over in Iowa. All I had to do was drive across the Missouri River from Omaha into Iowa, and they had set up telescopes where you could see Halley's Comet, and I was able to see, as they say, it looked like a fuzzy snowball, but I saw it. I saw an object that doesn't come around for 75 years. So if you can, wherever you live, try to get out and see. It's going to be around for a while. Right now, it's reaching its closest approach to Earth, but according to the articles, it's going to be around for a while into early February. So you can see it.
Maybe.
Yeah, mid-February maybe. So try to see it.
It's February 1st.
Try to see it by whatever means
That's
necessary.
early February.
You catch a sight of an object that hasn't been around for 50,000 years. Okay. So now what I want to do while we have time, I talk about natural physics, right? Enjoying physics as the amazing window into our amazing world of nature. Okay. And just as we are a part of nature, animals are a part of nature. And just as we're doing physics and we don't even know when you look at a color, you're doing physics, right? Your eye is able to detect that certain wavelength of that particular color, whether it be red, blue, green, right? So we physics is our way of interacting with nature. And until somebody else comes up with something different, hey, August, could be you, mathematical equations are all we have to try to describe the amazing world of nature all around us. So the video I want to show is demonstrating that through our boys, Balo and Dini, okay? Because animals, I call them our boys, four-legged people. Hey, I mean, if you've ever hung out at all with an animal, you know that they have personalities just like we do, right? They do. So we're gonna play this video, and I'll just play it. I won't say what it's about, and I want to see if everybody gets the point. So Ray, if you would, could you roll that video called Balo Dini Force, please?
Oh, okay, brother. Down, I'm out. I'm down. You won, brother.
Got you, little brother.
Yep.
The force U is equal to my mass times acceleration.
Ah, is that why you're able to spin? Oh, yep, spin me around so fast?
That's right, little brother.
Aha, so acceleration, oh, yep, that's speed, that's fast, that's rapid, right?
That's right, little brother, and I got a lot of acceleration.
Oh, wow, and that force, that just means because you have a lot of mass. You're a big brother.
You got it, Deanie. You got it, little brother.
F equals ma.
Excellent. Excellent, brother. And once again, what does that stand for?
Force equals mass times acceleration.
Excellent. Very excellent, little brother.
And that's an equation.
Okay. August, did you enjoy that? Oh, thank you, Ray. Did you enjoy that, August?
Yes, the cat actually looks, the black and white cat actually looks like my cat.
Really?
Oh, wow.
What's your cat's name?
Hamlet.
What is it?
Hamlet from Shakespeare.
Hamlet. Oh, to be or not to be, right?
That's pretty cool. To be a black cat or to be a white cat? Well, our black and white cat, his name is Balo. And when we first became parents of Balo, when we opened our front door, he took off down the hallway and he ran into our neighbor's house like a speeding bullet. The word for bullet is bala, but that's a little feminine. So that's how his name is Balo. And Deanie.
Well, explain to him that in the Spanish language, the O means masculine. Explain.
The what? Oh, well, I did it. Bala is okay.
Okay.
Bala is feminine.
Because of the A at the end, bala. Okay.
Go ahead, babe.
Okay. Bala is feminine because of the A at the end. So we put the O at the end, balo, because that makes it masculine. Okay, that's all I was gonna say.
There we go. And
Okay.
Deanie, I found sitting on top of a wall in a park, and some painters had found him in the trash eating, and he was only 5 weeks old. So I put my hand down and he licked it, and I said, I guess I have another cat, and he just appeared like magic. So we named him Houdini, and we call him Deanie. So Balo and Deanie, they're a year apart, and those are our children. We also have another child. His name is Dingo, and he's a bird. But it was a little difficult for him to, kind of be on the show. He wasn't quite ready. He's shy unless there's a washing machine going, a dryer going, or a blender. And he will tell you exactly how the blender came about, the washing machine came about, and the dryer came about on his good days. So back to you, birthday man, husband, teacher, friend. What else would I say?
Yeah, all right. First of all, I'd like to say, August, that you made my birthday one of the best birthdays I've ever had. Okay, and that's without a doubt. Thank you so much. How old is Emmett?
Hamlet.
Hamlet. How old is Hamlet?
Who's Emmett?
I don't know why I thought I heard Hamlet.
He's 9 months, turning 10 months on the 17th.
Okay.
Oh, wow, awesome.
Okay. So he's a niño, as they say here in Costa Rica. He's just a little kid. He's like, he's like a little kitten, puppy.
Baby.
Now, Balo is 8 years old, and Deanie is 7 years old.
Well, they're gonna be.
Yeah, they're gonna be. They're coming up on that. And I gotta tell you, August, when Tirza brought Deanie home, we had Balo for a year, right? So he had been used to just him, right? Only child. I grew up an only child, actually, August.
Yeah, we yep. Mm-hmm.
And so Balo, at first he was a little, who is this? Who's this little thing that you brought home? What? I got to start sharing my space with this this person, really? But we watched Balo warm up more and more to Dini, and we actually witnessed the event where Balo basically accepted Dini as his little brother, and they love each other like brothers. It's great.
They fight like brothers.
They do.
They
They
play like
do.
brothers.
Dini annoys Balo like little brothers do.
As the only child.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so
Does August have brothers or sisters?
oh, why don't you ask him, baby?
August, do you have brothers or sisters?
Yes, I have one little sister. We are 5 years apart. So
Oh,
I was
that's
the only. I was the only child for 5 years, and then my sister came, and she's a little annoying sometimes because
Well, my brother is my first brother that I have. He is 5 years younger than I, and my another brother 11 years younger, and I have another brother Dennis. I think is 3 years younger. We haven't. I think that's our difference in ages, but yeah, I was the eldest, Queen Bee, big sister, daddy's girl, and so Leroy was an only child. So nobody he didn't have a big sister that taught him how to do some kind of things, like go shopping for his wife's birthday, which I would like to talk about on your birthday.
Did you notice how she snuck that one in there? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So, August, Leroy asked what I would, if I'd like something for Christmas. And I said, I don't really need anything, but I could use a new pair of pajama bottoms, something cute. So as we're walking through different places, I would show him pattern. This is a pattern. It has a decoration on it. My jeans are called a basic one color. So I show him all these, and then this is what the color's beautiful, baby. So I received these really cool plain pajamas, and it has a little sun on it somewhere. So wait, here's the sun. Okay. And then because it was Christmas, I received this shirt, and it says, it's lit. It's a Christmas bulb. Okay. So I said, oh, well, those are pretty colors. Really, thank you, Santa. And then he was explaining to me how when he went to the store, which was not where I had shown him the things I liked, he said that there was a young lady who helped him pick them out, and then our friend at the beginning of at the entry of the store was there. So I went to the store the other day, and I'm 60 years old, August. And when the guy was showing our friend, I forget his name. I think it's Carlos. I think it's Carlos. He was showing us, and then he got the young lady who helped Leroy get my Christmas present. And I think when he said I was 60, she thought I was 16. So when the guy introduced her to me last week, she kind of looked at me like, oh, shucks, I think I didn't get the sexy 60-year-old Christmas pajamas. I got him pajamas for a 16-year-old. So thank you, baby. Mwah.
All right, let's put the Christmas on. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now, I was actually avoiding.
Don't you think, August, if you kind of think about it, did my pajamas look like something I would wear with a pattern, or to go to sleep if I was 16? Just your opinion, sir.
Okay. Now, I just came up with a really mischievous little deal here. I was avoiding saying how old I had turned, but now that she has said how old she is, August, I pose a question to you, future planner of a mission to Jupiter. How old do you think I turned today?
65?
Whoa! Did we say whoa at the same?
We did, baby, but
We-
he also looked at your website, which probably has your birthday.
We said whoa at the same time. Excellent, August. I turned 67. You were so close. Wow. Okay. Now, before we have 2 minutes left, August, if you have any questions, and actually, I would like to thank your mother, Miss Sarah Wolgamuth. Did I pronounce it okay?
Yeah.
Woo! Okay. And I would like to thank Mr. Bruce Callow for bringing us together. And
And Ray.
would your mother like to say hello before we go, or she's okay?
Do you want to?
Come on, Sarah.
Hey! Wow! Wow!
Sarah. Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
Thank-
Yay!
nice to meet you,
Hi,
Sarah.
Sarah.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Whoa.
It's been a pleasure meeting with you.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's a pleasure to meet you both. We're honored. We're glad to be your friends and to also experience this time with you and to share your birthday. This has been amazing. I appreciate everything that you guys have been writing back and forth with August, and it's awesome to have that a part of our lives. Thank you.
thank you.
The honor is all ours. As I told August, this is one of the best birthdays I've ever had. Thanks to y'all. Thank you so much. And August, you know the dialogue is just start. You know how when you feed a puppy and it follows you home? Oh, you're never gonna get rid of me now, August. Okay, your questions are excellent, awesome, and August. It takes me back to when I was your age and what I dreamed of doing, and it's a win-win. So, okay, we hit the 1 hour mark. August, sign off for us, please.
Thank you and a happy birthday to you.
Thank you, August,
Thank you, August.
and to you too. Everybody, tune in next equinox. Same fat. Oh, and by the way, FAT, PHAT, stands for Physics with Attitude. Enjoying physics as the window into our amazing world of nature, and mathematics as the tool to open that window. Okay, everybody, tune in next fat time, same fat time. Tune in next equinox, same fat time, same fat channel. Thank you so much, August.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.